Hi there. This is an introduction chapter to Lingpipe. Lingpipe is actually a toolkit that processes text. So what you basically do with Lingpipe, there's a lot you can do, but the basic thing that you do is make chunks of your whole document and then grab out some meaningful data out of it. For example, like the three uses that its website shows here or that you can find names of people, organizational locations in the news. And there are many methods of you doing that, and that's where we're going to look into this. Also, like you can classify Twitter results or basically any text into what the category is or what it belongs to. It can also suggest the parts of speech issues, grammar issues, or whatever that is. Okay, so let's just get done with this. Okay, so most important thing is the architecture. So it's basically a Java API, and it has source codes and some tutorials and examples built into it. So when you download the whole package, you get all that with it. And then there's like that can be used on a lot of languages, domains, and genre models. So all this is pretty much not useful. Let's get to the main thing, what we can do with Lingpipe. Okay, so here are the tutorials that are available online. This is basically the documentation. So the thing is, you can use this for all these methods that is shown here. I'm going to describe them all of them once we get to each one of them. So the first one is topic classification. What you do is you have this whole text and you just enter that text into this function, and it tells you the main topic about what this whole text is. Then there's name entity recognition. A name entity recognition is when it actually identifies identifies what the word is or what the category is based on some confidence models, and you can actually train them in Lingpipe or use the NE dictionaries that are already available. We'll come to this too. You can do clustering, that is putting a kind of data together, like putting one kind and making a cluster out of it, then putting one kind together, making a cluster out of it. There are parts of speech tagging that you can actually give it a sentence, and it will actually point out what part is the noun, what part is what. Then there is sentence detection, which can actually show you how a sentence is performing against a model. Then there's spelling correction, database mining, that is taking out data from a database and working on it. There's string comparison, like the regular comparisons. There are interesting phrase detection, like we'd give it some model and it would actually detect what might interest us based on the training that we've already done. There are also one important one is sentimental analysis. That is, you feed in a sentence and it actually tells you if the sentence talks about what emotion does this sentence talk about. It is usually used when you're actually assessing the feedback of people. It's used there. And then there's language identification, where you can feed in some text and it tells you what language it's written in. And then there's some stuff like logistic regression, for example, that's used in machine learning, and word test sense disambiguation, that actually tells you the difference between what a word actually is and what it can mean. So based on a person's intention, obviously. And then there's the last one for Eclipse. It usually works best with Eclipse. I'm not sure about other IDEs because I haven't worked with them, but I'm pretty sure since it is available in a .jar file, It can work with that too, I guess, but I'm gonna work with Eclipse. So let's just take, for example, let's just go with named entity recognition, right? So when you click that, it just opens up the definition and how does Lingpipe work, and then there are different type of NER. They're like rule-based one and dictionary one, and then there's statistic one, there's approximate one, there's statistical, there's rule-based. So the statistical one has to be trained. There's going to be a complete detailed model on this one. A tutorial on all these will actually come up. So basically, Lingpipe does all this stuff. There's the Java documentation here. There's a textbook and that you can actually refer to. You can put in your functions and find out what they do. So here's just an overview. It's taking way too long. Anyway, so this is basically the introduction for Lingpipe. And now we're going to start exploring with some named entity recognition. In the further tutorials, we're going to start with the dictionary-based approach, the exact dictionary-based chunking. So the next video will cover the installation of Lingpipe. Till then, take care.